Hi everyone, I'm Engineer Hoist. It's Wednesday. It's time for Transformers Earth Wars news. You can check out every week at 8 o'clock right here on this channel. We'll go over the news that we get from the VIP newsletter. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon to get notified so you can come back and be here right on time, just like these guys here, Cameron Moore and G1 Red Alert and Death Bomber. Train Augustine, Primex 007, Jessica Harner, Jack Ryder Studios, Mr. Jeff 755. Welcome to the stream, and let's go ahead and get to the news. All right, so as you can see here, we start off as usual with a nice hearty Ba Weep Grana Weep Ninny Bong. The celebration continues in the new saga with an exclusive G1 avatar. And that's all we got for the story. But yes, the G1 celebration, that is what they're referring to. It started last week where we had an individual event where you could earn the G1 power cores. And this time we get to go with an exclusive G1 avatar. And witness the start of a new saga, so there will be some story involved, and take part in the weekend's event to win up to 4 million alloy energon, up to 10,000 spark, lots of crystal shards, and a new G1 avatar. This is another individual event, which is just like last week was individual, so it's a little unusual to have two individual events in a row, but that's what it is. And we got double XP, and just like all events, you got to be headquarters level 4, tap that event button to go in there, and I think you guys know how to do it by now. Okay, the battle zones, just like last week, it's the battle zone configurations that we've come to know and love over the past few months. And here are your prizes. Right out of the gate at 100 points, everybody gets a 2-star crystal. And then you get some spark, there's some 3-star shards, there's some energon, there's some 4-star shards, there's all sorts of goodness. And then 10,000 points, the event is done, and you get your G1 Celebration avatar. And so there it is. It's actually the same avatar for both, and we've seen this around. It's been used in the news feed there in the game. It's kind of like the half Autobot, half Decepticon symbol. I think it's pretty nice. I probably won't use it very often, except like right after I finish the event. Just to kind of show that, hey, I'm done with the event. I think a lot of people do that, but then I'll probably go back to one of the other avatars. I switch it up. I'm not the same one all the time. If there was ever a Hoist in the game and we got a Hoist avatar, that would be my avatar forever. But for now, I got to pick and choose between the different bots that are available and stuff. So. All right. I also did want to mention this because I did see this actually happen. I got a Hot Rod bundle the other day, and didn't get anything exciting, but I did pull a duplicate 2-star Jazz and got a G1 Blaster core. So apparently this is an issue that they've seen with Jazz only. The G1 power cores have a chance to drop from duplicates of their specific bot, it says, except for Jazz. They found an issue where a different G1 power core can drop from Jazz. So you're only supposed to get Jazz from Jazz, Blaster from Blaster, or Optimus from Optimus, Wheeljack from Wheeljack. But I got a Blaster from Jazz. They say if that happens to you, you can contact them, let them know. That I'm sure they can see that in your account that it happened, and they can switch it out to the Jazz core. Now, since mine was just a 2-star and it was bronze, I'm not going to go through the trouble because it's just going to be upgrade material. I don't intend to actually put that on anybody. So, but if I guarantee you, if I had pulled a 4-star duplicate Jazz and got a gold Jazz Blaster core, I would be contacting them and saying, hey, give me that Jazz. They also do note that it's not a guarantee from a duplicate, it's just a chance. So, but they are working on it, and it should be fixed. And as always, we end with a reminder to go check out the Transformers Earth Wars Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. And I don't know if they do anybody else stream tomorrow, Thursday, at 4 p.m. Universal Time, which is 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I think it's in, what's that, 9 a.m. Pacific time in the US, and if you're in somewhere else in the world, I'm sure you probably know how to, your plus or minus versus that universal time there. And if you've watched it before, I'm sure you've already got it locked in. And you can always go over there and subscribe to their channel and hit their bell icon and get notified when they go live too. So, but yeah, this tomorrow should actually be pretty interesting to see. A win, lose, or draw with Nathan Webb. As you know, Nathan Webb is one of the artists who contributes to Transformers Earth Wars quite a bit. And he says he's going to draw, and you get to guess the bot and win some prizes and a chance to win one of his original drawings. So that's pretty cool. So that is all we have for the Transformers Earth Wars news. Let's head over to the game here. Okay, so I don't actually have any crystals, so let's see. We've got a lot of people that we see regularly. Sharksy, I see, showed up. Let's see, says he got last week. He got a bronze Soundwave, a silver Megatron, and a gold Shockwave. That's very cool. And the last 3-star crystal gave a 3-star Shockwave. Great. Oh, it looks like Razorquake, aka Alexander Rose, had to go. Sorry we missed you, buddy, but thanks for stopping by. Let's see. What would happen if Sentinel Prime be in Transformers Earth Wars? Would he be an Autobot or a Decepticon? Yeah, well, that's a good question because Sentinel Prime always did seem to be a villain, but he was an Autobot, so I think we would see him on the Autobot squad. Let's see. Mr. Jeff 755 is talking about his alliance. Death Before Dishonor is a Autobot alliance, looking for players there. Grand Galvatron, good to see you. Jer Barber says he's got a bronze Wheeljack core, silver blaster core, and 2-star Skywarp and a 4-star Laser Optimus. Wow, that's a nice pull there. Harvey Vogel is a level 15. Hey, that's pretty good. And yes, I'm glad we're helping you out there, getting you going there. Just we were all beginners. We all started at the same place. So yeah. Let's see. Can you join our alliance? Well, we're NonToxic Gamers. We're looking for people with headquarters 11, and the defense is upgraded to about that level, and also 2,800 medals. So if you meet those requirements, you can send the request. Now, when we say the defenses of that level, that means so headquarters 11, we would expect probably at least level 6 or 7 on the mortars, and at least level 10 or 11 on the autocannons. And if anybody out there is going and requesting and say, hey, I've got a headquarters 11, and then we turn you down, or if other people turn you down even though you have the headquarters, that's what they're doing. They're going through and tapping on all of the defenses that you have. So I would expect like this, even though my headquarters is a 16, some of my defenses are 15, so they're one behind the headquarters. I would think that's okay for anybody. I know it's okay for us because, okay, so you just upgraded to 11, but as long as you got headquarters level 10 defenses, because what we see a lot is people with headquarters 11 or even 12 coming in when their autocannons are 7 or 8, and so that's really just a level 8 headquarters 8 level base. So it's not quite the same as that's not really the headquarters 11 or 12 base that we're talking about. So. But yeah, so if you've got the defenses and the medals, that's what we're looking for. So, hey there, William. Good to see you in the stream. Let's see, Hashim Afzal. I think I got that. If we were to tweak one bot from Earth Wars, which bot would I prioritize? You mean of the existing ones? Which ones should I tweak? Well, let's go through and see. You know which one I would tweak? would be the ability for Optimus Primal. Because the battle orders here, it says it targets the defenses and gives you a health shield, and you prioritize the defenses for 15 seconds. The problem is the headquarters is not considered a defense. So if you've rushed a bot over to the headquarters, like Star Saber or Cup or somebody else, and then you hit Optimus Primal for the shield, if there's no more defenses around the headquarters, it pulls that bot away from the headquarters to go target defenses. And that can cause a real problem. If they were there at the headquarters by themselves, taking care of business, and you pull them away with that Optimus Primal or Beast Wars Megatron ability, it can cause a serious problem. If I was going to tweak one thing, that's the thing I would tweak. So... let's see. Jack Ryder Studio says NTG mini bots rule. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Back to the question of joining our alliance, we do have that other alliance, NTG mini bots. Those are for people who don't meet the requirements of the main alliance. Like, for example, if you have a headquarters 11 or below headquarters 11, or don't quite have the 2800 medals, or your base is just not meeting, is just not up to the headquarters level, though that's where you can go. You can still be in the alliance and still be part of NonToxic Gamers while you grow. And during the alliance events, we do look and see how everybody performs. If you do really well in the alliance events and score well above what we would expect from you, we would consider for promotion up to the main alliance, and we've done that a couple of times. So definitely we need to go and look at the. So definitely, if we decline your invitation from NonToxic Gamers, go check out NTG Minibots, and we always do recommend that. I see Howard Waverly. You said you sent in a request. What was your request? What was your in-game name there? Let's see. Okay, see here we're looking at OmegaBot89. I do appreciate you being a big fan, but you're not quite at our level, so we're going to go ahead and recommend you go to the NTG Minibots. And somebody over there, I'll stop by over there, and or Texatron or Jugabolt are over there. Oh, Prime 1 TLK. Yeah, okay, see, now when I was talking about people having their defenses not quite up to scratch, this is, you're the one I was thinking about. So see, you've got a headquarters level 12, but headquarters level 11 is level 7 mortars. And you've got level 5 here, level 5 there. You do have a level 7 out there, but you're a couple levels behind on your mortars. And then also on your autocannons, I would expect to see level 10 or 11, and you've got 8, 9, 8. So you're still at least 2 levels behind on your defenses there, buddy. So that's why you've requested quite a few times, and this is why we keep declining and asking you to go to NTG Minibots. We need you to work on your base and get you leveled up a couple more levels. And so once you get all of your defenses leveled up, oh, this helps if I type it better. Once we get you leveled up a couple of times, once you get all your defenses leveled up to at least level headquarters 10 or 11 type of levels, then let us know. Or if you're into, like I said, if you're into NTG Minibots and you go into the Alliance event and you just score bunches and bunches of points, then we'll be happy to promote you there. But we need you to start in NTG Minibots now. So we appreciate the request, but we need you in NTG Minibots. Yeah, so Grant Galvatron say, kind of funny that they're celebrating G1 cartoon with Beast Wars characters. Have we confirmed that they're doing Beast Wars characters? I know there's been people have been talking about Dinobot and Waspinator for a while now, but I heard about those guys before even Inferno and Rodimus Unicronus. So I'm not sure if those guys are really definitely the ones coming, or if those guys are just people's dreams, you know. So. Do we have a Decepticon alliance? Yes, there is a NonToxic Gamers Decepticon alliance, so you can go check them out. I don't play the Decepticon account much anymore. Let's see. Alex Andrews was asking, how did we do in the leaderboard for Inferno? We did all right. We were outside of the top 500. I think we were. I don't remember what level we were. I didn't capture that, but we ended up with 264,000, almost 265,000 points, which was fantastic. You know, the guys really came to play, and that's by far the most points that we've scored as an alliance without help. I mean, I believe we did have. Sentinel from the Primus family did come over and chipped in about 6,000 ahead of time, so that was definitely appreciated. But outside of that, everything else was NonToxic Gamers points, so I was very happy. I think we were almost 600. I want to say somewhere around 570 or whatever. But we did complete the entire totalizer, so I was very happy with that. So very proud of the team. Alright, so there was something else I wanted to talk about, speaking of G1, and let's talk about the toys a little bit. I don't know if everybody caught the news, but it was revealed today that Walmart is going to be carrying reissues of the G1 figures, and so there's no release date yet, but we do have some pictures that were released. This is IGN. And so first one here is Starscream, and generally you can see that it's generally the same G1 packaging, although I believe that Megatron that he's got over there, that it was not part of the original release, so that is definitely a new thing, and but I think that's pretty cool, and I think they have a picture of showing him holding it in toy form. But yeah, they also got Hot Rod there, so that's a nice looking Hot Rod. And they're got a box set for Devastator, so that's going to be pretty cool. I heard the price for this guy is going to be about $75. So, and you got Bumblebee there. Now this is now it's not a complete reissue, because that is not the face that Bumblebee had on the original G1 figure. That's more of his cartoon accurate face. So so they say they were using all the original tooling. I don't know if there was another version of the bot that had that. I don't know, was that like maybe a Cliff Jumper had that face or something like that? But yeah, but this was definitely not the face that Bumblebee came with. Still, I like it, you know. And of course, you know, there's his classic little like penny racer Volkswagen. And here's a picture of Starscream, excuse me, holding that Megatron. I like how they did that. Basically, it comes apart, and part of it pegs into the top of his hand, part of it pegs into the bottom of his hand. I think Iron Factory actually did that with some of their weapons, or I've seen it before, where they have like a long weapon or something that doesn't quite fit. So they'll have part of it peg into the top of the hole and part of it peg into the bottom of the hole. So there's a close-up of Hot Rod. Now that I look at this a little bit closer, they've actually got him slightly mistransformed, unless that's a new thing, because the red part of his chest actually is supposed to flip around, and it's got a tab that's supposed to plug in, unless they redesigned it a little bit. I don't know if you saw one of my previous videos. I think I showed off my G1 Hot Rod, and that's pretty much how I have to transform him too, because that little clip broke off of mine. Looks good though. Looks good. think there's a few more. Doesn't want to be clicking for me. Oh, I think they want me to read their privacy policy or something. Okay, so there's Outback. Speaking of Outback, he actually just had a Power of the Primes toy came out. In fact, I actually just found that toy today. So, haven't even opened it yet. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but they did say, seems like there's lag going on. Because my things seem to be running slowly. Okay, so we got, looks like we got Swerve up on there now. Pretty sure that's a different face than the G1 toy, because I don't think he had an actual face. He was just more of kind of the had the mask going on. You want me to open Outback on the stream? Ha! Okay. Whew, man, yes, there's definitely some something slowing down my computer right now. Let me try to see if there's any extra programs I got running that might be slowing it down. Got rid of one. All right, I don't know why I can't. Howard Waverly, dude, I already told you on stream why we can't let you join in our alliance. If you dude, I don't know how else to explain it to you. Join NTG Minibots, buddy. Yeah, it's weird because I'm actually okay. It looks like it's doing a little bit better because see, I was actually noticing a little bit of lag on my screen up here that I'm kind of watching myself on, you know, the monitor for the stream and all that. But so definitely something was going on. All right, so here, looks like we finally got the picture to change again. Boy, this is totally not going the way that I wanted it to. Or at least not as smooth. But yeah, so we got Bumblebee. We already saw Swerve. We saw Outback in his vehicle mode anyway. And there's Tailgate. And in about 5 more minutes, oh no, it actually switched. So there's Tailgate. I think that's what his. I think that's how he looked in the original figure there. So. And there's the Tailgate's little vehicle form. And there is the Constructicons. And in fact, I saw on somebody on one of the fan sites or Facebook page or something pointed out, if you look close, Scrapper and Hook didn't get their legs transformed. That's why Scrapper looks so short compared to Scavenger and Mixmaster. So that's funny. Their Grand Galvatron's Tailgate only for shipping purposes, just so you can maybe reduce the shipping prices. I've been known to do that. That's how I have most of the Machine Robo figures, because you get like free shipping from TF Source, where I get most of my figures from. Not a plug or whatever. I would talk about them more if I was getting paid by them. I'll tell you that much. But no, I just use them because you get free shipping if your order is over 150. But the nice thing is you can actually stack your figures. So if you order a little bit, if you don't mind waiting, then they can just sit there, and once things that you may have pre-ordered come in, or as you can afford things, you just stack them up, and then once your total is $150, I mean, it could take you 2 months or whatever to finally hit that, and then it's free shipping. Otherwise, so but there's been a couple of figures that have come in and been just shy of that, so I needed something extra to bump on there. So yeah, I bumped on the machine robo figures to get the shipping. All right, so dude, Howard, I told you what you could do. You can go to the NTG mini bots, and if you want to give up, that's fine, man. So I told you what to do. Oh, is it really correct? I thought he had more of a. Thought he had more of a. Maybe it was variants, perhaps. I'm not a super expert on G1, so I will be willing to admit that I might be wrong. Looking back through the comments there, I see William saying the prime candidate title in the event and the jungle theme. And of course, yes, the new Optimal Optimus figure comes out. And thinks he may be coming. Yeah, that's a good call. Somebody did mention that it would. That's a interesting point about Beast Wars. You know, this being a G1 celebration, and with it being Beast Wars, that it's a little unusual. You wouldn't expect Beast Wars to be G1. But here's the thing, and I know there will be people who will disagree with me. But even though Beast Wars was its own show, I'm pretty sure, and I certainly believe this to be the case, that Beast Wars is in the G1 timeline. It's basically G1 canon. It's separate from the G1 show, but the whole premise of the show is that they are the descendants of the Autobots and the Decepticons, who, of course, traveled back in time to be in the past. And in fact, I don't know, was it season 2 or season 3? They actually go to the Ark, where they had run into Optimus Prime and Megatron and everybody else inside that volcano. And Starscream showed up as Starscream's ghost, but how that happened in the past when he was, you know, it gets a little screwy sometimes, and you know, really messes with your head when you try to figure it out. But I basically, you know, I think Beast Wars fits within a G1 celebration. It's not the G1 TV show, but it's certainly the G1 timeline. You kind of like, you know how like Transformers Prime is a different universe, say, or timeline or whatever. The Bayformers, the movies are they're totally different. They're totally separate. It's kind of like, you know, like Transformers Prime and even Rescue Bots and, what was it, Robots in Disguise, the 2015. That was all within the same universe. Same thing where basically Beast Wars was a continuation of G1. So, and yeah, it's okay, Greg Albatron. Not everybody's a fan of Beast Wars. I get it. So, you know, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Beast Wars. I mean, I remember when they first came out. I mean, I wasn't really following Transformers too much when I first heard about it. I was like, come on. Transformers are cars and trucks, except for, like, maybe robotic animals. They don't need to be all that. But, you know, one time, I don't know how many years ago, I was like, you know, I need to give that Beast Wars a try. A lot of people are singing its praises, saying it's really good and all that. So then I sat down and watched the Beast Wars television program. I think it was on Netflix at the time. And the first few episodes, man, they're hard to get through. They're so hard to get through. And everything is Optimus Primal maximize, Rat Trap maximize, Megatron terrorize. You know, I swear half the episode was just them calling out their own name and saying maximize or terrorize for like 5 episodes. That's pretty much all this I remember of season 1. I think in the comics they call that an info dump, where basically it's just, you know, like the first time, you know, it's even one of the G1 comics when they bring in Hoist with like grapple and smokescreen, I think skids and tracks, and really it's just anytime the new bot is on there, it's like, hi, I'm Hoist, I do this and this and that and that and that, you know. So but once you get past those first few episodes in Beast Wars where it's really just terrorize this and maximize that, it gets really good. it does get really good. So you kind of gotta you kind of gotta get past those first few episodes because I did, you know, when I first sat down, I watched like 3 episodes. I'm like, this is crap. This is utter trash. Why does everybody say it's so good? But then I went back and tried it again, and picked up where it left off, and then ultimately I really did like it. I did like it. No, I didn't like it as much. It's not my favorite. I didn't like it as much as everything. And you know, I know everybody's saying that thing about Dinobot. You know, was it the code of the hero and saying all that stuff? Oh, that's so great. That's like the best moment. No, it's not. I don't think that. I don't consider that the best moment in Transformers. Yeah, sure, it's pretty cool. I kind of like the whole idea of Dinobot, you know, essentially being a bad guy, but you know, having honor and basically defecting over to be that Maximal and being one of the good guys, even though he's, you know, not exactly the most friendly bot along with them, but ultimately did, you know, work with them. So I did like that little aspect of it. So yeah. Okay, enough about Beast Wars. Okay, Red Alert's saying that the G1 Swerve's face is all red, but the details are the same. The new one has a silver face paint and a blue visor. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, I never had that figure, so I was just going by. I think it was iGear, you know, a third party. They made like a larger version of it. You know, I was thinking it's like, oh yeah, cool. You know, this is like a third party. You know, it was like the second or third you know, figure I got. Oh yeah, it's third party. It's going to be great. You know, it's like a masterpiece. And really, all it was a bigger version of the G1 toy. Very little articulation. I mean, it had a little more articulation. It wasn't quite so brickish, but it still was basically the same thing. And I think it had like 2 faces, like the one that we're used to seeing in the comics and cartoon or whatever, and then another one that was more of a visor. I guess I assumed that the visor was the more G1 since whatever. So, Sharksy's calling me out saying, because I said crap. That's allowed. That's like PG. I just can't say the other word, and don't type it. So, let's see. Cameron Moore's asking, would there be a cartoon world where Autobots and Decepticons would be cavemen? Well, you know, if you think about it, in G1, the Autobots were cavemen. Because their base was the Ark, which was crashed in the side of the mountain, Mount St. Hilary, if I recall, in basically a cave. So in G1, the Autobots were cavemen. So I guess the answer to your question is yes. So, when are the bots coming for Defensor? You know, that's a good question. Yeah. What new G1 Autobot would I bring in if I had the choice? You mean into the game? Well, Hoist, obviously. You know, a lot of people talking about Omega Supreme would be fun to be in there, but and I think that would be cool. But you know, Josh on the stream kind of touched on it, and I tend to agree. It's like, how would he even fit in there? Because it's not a combiner, but he's that size. So I think somebody mentioned, hey, what if you had something like that, and he would have to take up 2 spots on the shuttle or 3 spots on the shuttle? That would be interesting. Just be like a gigantic triple changer. That might be neat. That might be neat, but still, that's a whole nother game mode, so that would be taking a little while longer. But if it wasn't Hoist, yeah, I agree with Cameron Moore. Wreck-Gar, yeah, I would love to see Wreck-Gar, because I don't know if you've seen. I like to do little stories in the chat where I'll actually go change my avatar based on the character that actually says the line, and then I'll change it to the other character and do the. I've actually done some things like that. I think I posted it come up on my Twitter, and it's kind of hard to do a lot of the scenes, some of my favorite scenes from the Transformers movie without Wreck-Gar, because you know he's got a lot of great lines. So if for no other reason we need Wreck-Gar as a healer. You know, a lot of people think about Wreck-Gar as a healer, and sure, in a way, you know, the Junkions are. I think it's good to think of them as that way, because they did fix Ultra Magnus there, and they do basically fix each other all the time, consistently, constantly. But I don't think he has to be a healer, though. I think he's, you know, they showed up and they were fighting first, so. Let's see. Yeah, I like that red alert. Wreck-Gar had the ability when he goes down to bring himself back once. Kind of like the Vector Prime, almost. Yeah, it could be kind of like a self-heal. Or maybe a rejuvenate or something like that. John Wonchok, is there a bot named Beachcomber? Yes, there was actually. Yeah, we haven't seen Beachcomber. Yeah, he was the yep, Grand Galvatron's on it. He's the nature loving Autobot. The Golden Lagoon. That's one of my that's one of my favorite episodes. Especially with Beachcomber, especially at the end, because you know they had the Golden Lagoon. It's like this perfect nature thing. It's got all the animals there and the birds, and he's sitting there talking bird to them because they've got, you know, language learning processes and stuff like that. But the Decepticons find out and they go take it, and it's Electrum, and that makes them invincible. And then so Autobots get coated in it, the Decepticons get coated in it, and so they all have a battle, and nobody's hurting each other, and all the blasts are just bouncing off everybody. And once it's all done, the Decepticons are driven away, the Autobots win, but the whole thing is destroyed, and Beachcomber's just kind of sitting there all sad and dejected, and just kind of like, we won. And I just thought that was very powerful. You know, that was kind of a, you know, as a kid you don't get it, but when you go back and you really think about the, you know, that was actually some pretty good emotion that they put in there in that episode. So that's definitely one of my favorite episodes. So do I hate Wheelie? No, I don't hate Wheelie. A lot of people do. I don't hate Wheelie. I like Wheelie. Yes, the voice can be a little annoying or whatever, but I never hated Wheelie. I thought Wheelie was great. I thought Wheelie was fun. I mean, he was buddies with Grimlock, for crying out loud. So you know. So, all right, Howard. This is the last thing I'm going to say to you. On this, you say that you're active. Go to NTG Minibots, join up over there, and prove it. Okay? That's what we've been telling you to do. Yeah, if you're going to keep begging to try to get in the Alliance, I'm going to have to just, you know, block you out of the chat, dude, because I gave you my answer, and I'm pretty sure we gave you this answer multiple times over the past few weeks or so. You know, so I really, you know, I've had a lot of people. We've had a lot of people come in and say, "Oh yeah, we're great in events. Trust me, trust me." And then they come in and they score like 500, and then we have to kick them out. So you know, go to NTG Minibots. Next time there's an Alliance event, score a bunch of points, and we'll bring you up. That's all you got to do, buddy. All right, enough of that. Wheeljack's a major letdown in the game. Oh, you know. I thought that at first too, before I really understood the value of a healer. You know, when you're early in the game, healers I don't think are quite as important, or at least it certainly didn't seem that way to me. As I've gotten later in the game, you find that healers are very important, and then you realize that, you know, and yeah, his ability kind of gives you extra motion or whatever. I don't find myself using healers' abilities much at all, except for maybe first aid to throw out those extra bots as a shield. I could probably count on if I remembered all of my thousands of battles that I did, I could probably count on one hand. I could probably count on one hand how many times I've used Ratchet's ability. Wheeljack's ability, very rare. You probably about the only time I ever use them is like I'm down and that's the only thing available. And it's like, okay, let's go ahead and do this, whatever. I suppose I did use the Ratchet's ability the one time when I did a solo with Ratchet. It was pretty funny. But the healing that they do, just the basic healing that they do, you know, is very, very valuable, especially once you get to high levels, which is why I'm very bothered by the fact that I still don't have a 4-star healer. I've got all of them at 3 stars, but got no 4 stars. So let's see. 1994 Transformers comics? Yeah, I don't know what 1994 Transformers comics are. Yeah. Huffer is a monster. Yeah, you know, he can be. It's tough because the I like the tanks that you can direct. You can rush them this way or rush them that way, and Huffer doesn't do that. He just drops down those little lasers, and those lasers are targeted almost immediately, and so a lot of times they don't end up really doing a whole lot. It's been very rare that I've been successful using Huffer or Lockdown and their ability to really make a difference. Let's see. Matt Fabian, no, actually we don't need to. We actually have a feeder alliance for the Decepticons. It's NTG Family for the Decepticons. Texatron runs that, but I'm in that alliance, but we don't really do much in that alliance. We're basically parked, you know. Let's see. Jared Barber's asking, why did they put Grimlock, Windblade, Mirage, and Wheeljack in the pro? Oh, you mean like for the avatars if you don't have it? I think they just started out, everybody has access to a certain number of bots, just because you start off with what, just what, Ironhide and Jetfire and eventually Optimus Prime, just a handful of people, you know. I think they just wanted to give people more options when they're first starting out. I think that's why they put those in there. You want to see a power cord turn 2 Autobots into a combiner? You know, that would be an interesting thing for, who is it? Nexus Prime, I think was the combiner one. That would be interesting to see, like if Nexus Prime, if you put that on somebody, would he maybe like combine? Or is that Amalgamus? I can't remember. I can't keep the Prime straight. Icons face... The avatar is facing the left or the old ones, and the new ones face right? I gotta go look at this. So... Oh man, I gotta sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, so... I don't know, Bumblebees facing right. Grimlock's facing right. Or are you saying they changed them before? And yeah, because I remember Grimlock wasn't that Rory. face. He was something else. So they did actually change the avatars a little bit, and so yeah, some of them were actually looking to the left. But they are, yep, they are all kind of looking right, except for Victorion. She's looking straight at you. Even Trax is kind of looking straight at you. Trax is giving you the stare down. Skylynx isn't even looking anywhere near you. He's busy talking to somebody, telling him about his grand adventures. Well, Cameron Moore's asking, would they make a power core that can turn a bot into stealth and doesn't see you but lasts for a amount of seconds? You know, that would be a great one for a G1 Mirage core. May give a G1 Mirage where he'd have the core where he could actually go kind of, because that's what Mirage did. He disappeared basically, so that would be pretty cool. But being a gunner, I'm not sure how useful that would be. I suppose it would basically, while he was stealth or while he was the Mirage, I would say basically it would be like a shield or something. Should Groove be a gunner? It depends how they're going to bring in Groove, because they base a lot of these designs off of Combiner Wars, and in Combiner Wars, we had 2 grooves. Alright, we had 2 grooves. The first groove was the chest minion for Defensor and was basically Rust Dust. In fact, Rust Dust came from Groove. If he comes in like that, I don't think he would be a good... I don't think they would make him a gunner. I mean, obviously you can make any bot, any style, anything. I mean, you can use that bot and have him give him Star Saber's ability to, it really doesn't matter. But if they brought him brought him in like that, I think they would probably make him some sort of a scout kind of a thing. But if they brought him in as like the deluxe sized Groove, then yeah, gunner would probably be okay. Blades is obviously a helicopter. They've made helicopters gunners before. In fact, of the 4 helicopters we have in the game, Alpha Bravo, Skyburst, and Vortex are all gunners. Only Stormclash is actually flies out like a flyer. So let's see. Are there any 4-star shards in the event? Yes, there are actually, Jeremy Plays. You want me to pull that back up? Let me see if I can work that out. Yeah, because it's been a little while. I know some of you guys come in a little bit late. And here, I'll shoot back over there. Show the prizes. I'll even zoom it in a little bit here for you. So you got 4-star shards. We got 50, 150, 300, 500 4-star shards available in the event. And let's count up the 3-star shards. So that's 4, 7, 8, 9, 1,000 3-star shards available. So, a full 2-star crystal, 1,000 3-star shards, and 500 4-star shards are available in the event coming up this weekend. And you get to earn this avatar if you hit 10,000. If you complete the event, it doesn't matter if you're a Decepticon or an Autobot, you get this avatar. All right. Was Crosshairs in any comics? I'm not sure. Almost certainly. It's been a while since I read any G1 comics. I don't recall Crosshairs being in any recent IDW comics. Yeah, David Tinsley, I'm looking back a little ways. Blur, I think, would be great, too. Lori Markley asking, do I play the Transformers video games? Obviously. Other Transformers video games, I'm sure. I have no idea why that came up. Apparently they're doing some background refresh with the weather app that I'm using. But yeah, I do play other Transformers games. I don't play the Forged to Fight. I did. It's just not really my type of game. Let's see. Transformers Devastation on the PlayStation. I think it's PlayStation 3 is the highest I have on the PlayStation. But yeah, I got Transformers Devastation. That's a fun game. War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, fantastic games. Rise of the Dark Spark was a uninspired ripoff of those other two games. Similar mechanics, but no, War for Cybertron and especially Fall of Cybertron, fantastic games. I probably had to go back and play those again. Would you guys watch that? If I could figure out a way to actually get that and stream it or do that, would you guys watch like Fall of Cybertron or War for Cybertron, Transformers Devastation? Would you guys watch something like that? Because I would totally work on that and try to figure that out. Okay, we got one taker. Thanks, Razorquake. Let's see. Unknown Salty's asking, how do you get bots higher than 2 stars? Yeah, dude. There's a couple ways. If you happen to have if you get premium crystals, or like we talked about just a few minutes ago in this event, you can earn 3-star shards, and if you gain, so you got the space bridge over here. If you tap on Get More, so you're probably familiar with this because this is where you get your free crystal. I just picked mine up about an hour ago, so I've got a ways to go. If you're lucky, if you're really lucky, you can actually get a 3-star bot out of a free crystal. They are very rare. I've been playing this game a little more than 2 years now, and probably got maybe 5 or 6. And I open every free crystal that I can get. I haven't missed many free crystals in that entire time. I mean, you know, yeah, it happens. But very, very rare for a 3-star bot to come through a free crystal, but it does happen. So you can get 3-star bots that way. Also, premium crystals that you have here. And they even made it easier because you can earn premium crystal shards. If you're in an alliance that does wars, you can earn premium crystal shards in wars, and maybe even in events. They've done that before. So you can see from here, you can open that, you get a chance to get a 3 or a 4-star bot. Again, chances are very low because if you tap on this other question mark here, you can see, well, it's kind of small. Only a 9% chance to get a 3-star, or only a 1% chance to get a 4-star. So even that is a difficult way. The other way is to get it is to save up shards for your 3-star or your 4-star crystals. And that's what we're talking about in this event. If you're able to complete the entire event, now if you're early on in the game, chances are you're probably not going to. But get as far as you can, because when you earn those 3-star shards, you collect them, and you can see I have 880 out of 2,000. Once I get 2,000 3-star shards, I can get that 3-star crystal, which is a guaranteed 3-star bot. Now, it's not a guaranteed new one. If you already have 3-star bots, you could get a duplicate 3-star bot. But if you don't have one at all, then you're going to get a 3-star. And then same thing with the 4-star, but it's 2,500 to get that. And yeah, I'm so close, like three dupes away, and I'm at another 5-star, you guys. Those are even harder to get as the 5-star crystals. The only way you can get 5-star shards is from duplicate 4-star bots. And trust me, don't chase 5-star bots. Do not. It's very expensive. So, but yeah, I'm 3 away. 3 4-star dupes away from that 5-star crystal. That last bundles this past weekend, I got like 3 dupes that out of that bundle. That definitely helped me. I could not believe that 2 Optimus Primes twice. Man, I felt so bad for anybody who didn't get them. So yeah, so those are your ways to get 3-star bots. And yeah, see, Pokey's chiming in, says he got a 3-star swindle and a free crystal just yesterday. So yeah, it does happen. How do you get a bot? You just got to keep opening those free crystals. You get a new one every 8 hours. You know, every 8 hours, grab them. Some people like to save them up, and it doesn't matter whether you save them up or open them right away. It's still just all the random number generator. But, you know, it depends on what your superstition is. Some people like to save them up and then just have like a massive free crystal opening. And so yeah, you get power-ups. You could get Spark. You get 1-star bots, 2-star bots, or up to 3-star bots. And apparently my dogs are barking at something outside. So... Oh, thanks a lot, Unknown Salty. I hope that helps you out, man. When is the event? It starts Friday. Let's see. It starts at 6 a.m. my time. That would be Eastern time. I never really say that, do I? Let's go back over here to the. I got the details up. Oh, somehow it switched. There we go. So it starts at 10 a.m. Universal time. So I'm not sure what time zone you're in. If you're in the Eastern time zone, that's 6 a.m. Runs from 6 a.m. Friday morning until 6 a.m. Monday morning. And if you're West Coast Pacific time zone, it's 3 a.m. But yeah, so if you're in England somewhere, like in the Universal time zone, that's 10 a.m. Friday to 10 a.m. Monday, and you can do your math for whatever time zone you happen to be in from there. So yeah, that's when we say the weekend event. It basically runs from Friday through Sunday. It does roll over to Monday a little bit for some people, but it's always 3 full days, 72 hours. So, can I do a Nemesis Prime bundle? I don't need any more Decepticons. I actually just got a Beast Wars Megatron the other day. I had enough shards for a 3-star crystal and got a Beast Wars Megatron. He's just a baby. Yeah, he's not even level 10 yet. He's just a baby. But oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but I got ranked up in the collections. I'm a Lieutenant Commander now. Leveling up the Optimus Maximus to 4-star actually pushed me over, and I was right at 9,000. And I can tell you now, a 3-star opposite faction is 50 points. Because I was at that level. I was at 9,000 straight when I pulled that Beast Wars Megatron and I got that 50. Let's see. Fung Vang, did I get Rust Dust yet? Dude, if I got Rust Dust, you'd have heard about it. No, I haven't. Still no Rust Dust yet. That's the only combiner bot that I don't have yet. I got Volcanicus upgrading right now to level 11. There's Superion. There's Optimus Maximus. He's a level 8. And I still need a little bit more spark before I can take him to level 9, but I'm not really chasing that. And there's Victorion. Missing Rust Dust. Still. Oh, let's see. Razorquake is asking to use Optimus Maximus. You've asked a lot, right? You've asked a lot. And I never seem to get around to it. I had the excuse last week of, you know, he's upgrading, I can't use him. But this week, now you're asking, and oh, look at the time. I'm just kidding. It is getting late, but I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and go use Optimus Maximus. Look at the time. Look at the time. The time she's a-flying. Okay, so there's Optimus Maximus. We'll go ahead and go over there. We'll activate Optimus Maximus. And we'll go and...
roll out.
Let's go use these guys. Let's see, they can handle Zone 11 by themselves. Yeah, let's try it. Every so often I can actually get this done with just, if it's the right base, I can actually just get this done with just Elita 1. Alright, let's see what kind of damage Optimus Maximus can do by himself.
Till all are one.
There's that 4-star ability. Boom, 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 boom. That should have opened up the wall. Oh, it didn't quite hit the wall though. So can we rush him over there, do some righteous rage? Can't quite get... I don't think he even hit the missile launcher. He was just pounding on the walls there, and I don't know, the extra bit kind of got him. It got the, you know, the... Oh goodness, why are you walking the wrong way? See, this is why I don't use him, because you cannot direct him. I can do nothing right now except watch him go and pound on these build bots. Ugh. This is why I like bots that you can direct. Oh, let's see. Let's try Elita. Bring in Prowl too, because that's who we're trying to level. Boom. Oh, I didn't quite get all of it. That's probably going to pop an outpost or two. I don't know how good this is going to do. Yeah, so Optimus Maximus was practically useless here. And see, and I gotta drop these other guys. This is why I don't use Optimus Maximus. It's a poor strategy too. I could have done things a little bit better. But yeah. But no, not a fan of Optimus Maximus. That was a terrible base for Optimus to use Optimus Maximus on anyway.
Autobots, roll out.
Alright, since I had to drop all of those, I'm not going to waste the coins to cool them all down. Pokey's asking, should you ever chase for a combiner? Man, they are very hard. They are very hard to get. Because there's almost always at least one bot in the combiner that is difficult to get. Like Grimlock is hard to get. Optimus Prime is hard to get. Clearly Rust Dust is hard to get. No one's particularly difficult to get from Superion. That one kind of varies for everybody. Okay, where do we want to send Alchemist Saber? I'm gonna send him in there. The problem is that's gonna pop all of that. But now that everybody's up, let's go and we'll hit them too. Let's go ahead and drop off on this Maximus. Let's fast forward as he comes up there. Right, let's drop some righteous rage on these guys. Haha. Yeah, take that, baddies. Stomp. Down goes Bone Crusher. Try to bust down this wall a little bit. Hey, cool, we open it up. I guess you can rush him a little bit with this Righteous Rage stuff, but yeah, it's just not the same as with the other ones. Oh, and he's done. Where's Star Saber? He's over here. Boom. Can Swoop get there? No, we'll send him over there just for the... Okay, see, now this is one of those times I was talking about Optimus Primal. If I wanted to do Optimus Primal right now, see how I got Star Saber up by the headquarters? He would pull Star Saber away from the headquarters. He would pull Slug and Sunstreaker over to, well, down there where there were defenses. But yeah, so that's why I would change that Optimus Primal. How did I see that teaser for the Walmart exclusive? It was posted, I saw it on Facebook. I think it was the Allspark News or whatever. There's that, the website, was it the Allspark, I think it was, posted it up, and at least that's the one that I saw it on. I'm sure the other ones have it posted up there too. But they saw it on IGN. Isn't that like a gaming thing or whatever? I never really figured out what IGN stood for. Let's send him in with these guys. Denny's Creek spent $20 on a leader bundle this past weekend. Got a 4-star Optimus Prime on the second crystal. Wow, that was excellent. Good job to you, man. Yeah, let's drop these guys in here. Get rid of these build bot distractions. They don't like water. Until all are one, he says. I don't know if I've ever caught Optimus Prime saying that. Alright, he seems to be doing a little bit better on this level of a base as opposed to those other ones. Oh, and he was felled by the shock tower. He did clear it out pretty good for the rest of the team there. Yeah, at least he's not dying while saying it, Grand Galvatron says. Right. And then Hot Rod wouldn't stop saying it. It's like that's all he'd ever say. Or at least in the comics, they definitely made a point of having him overuse it in the comics. Oh, Matt Key Knight bought 2 of the bundles and didn't get anything. Yeah, man, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Autobots, roll out.
That's the way it goes. Oh, I can't use him with the Decepticons. Let's use him with these guys. Yeah, see if he helps them out in Zone 12. Nobody hates you for having Optimus Maximus in the battle. It's okay. You've been asking for Optimus Maximus for a while, and so here we go. You know, it's like, you know, I haven't had a chance to show him off for you, so it's overdue. It's time. It's no worries. Not sure what would be a benefit for me here just yet. There we go. We can hit that laser. Let's go ahead and drop Optimus Maximus. You know, he probably says till all are one every time that he drops it. I just don't use him. Oh, looks like Megatron's coming out here. Stomp on Megatron's head. Boosh. Didn't quite get that missile launcher. Oh, he's not going to last very long within the shock tower and a laser. Against Skylinks, yeah, he's in there. Let's get Skylinks on the headquarters. That should do some good damage. There we go. Took out that. Oh, Snarl's down. There we go. What does Optimus Prime mean when he says till all are one? Well, that's a good question. Well, the way it goes, I don't think they really explain it in the movie, but later on, you know, as more stories have been written and more shows have gone around, and I think the Transformers Prime, I think, probably did the best explanation of kind of what that means, kind of being one with the Allspark. You know, that line or whatever. It's kind of like, you know, when you know, as you die or whatever, you become you go back to the Allspark, which is kind of like the afterlife. It's also the beginning of life. It's kind of, you know, the whole resurrection thing or whatever. So I don't know. It's just what they say, or maybe it's just till everybody is done fighting, until all are on the same page. You know. Maybe that's more what he means, is just till everybody's on the same page, you know, and quit fighting each other, and we're all, till everybody's on the, you know, together and believing in the same thing. I don't know. They never really explain it. Yeah, it's the last line he says before he's dying, but what does it mean? What does it mean?
Prowl. Now, reap the whirlwind.
Is Optimus Prime watching us in space? Yes, he is. Actually, but through Cosmos. He's got Cosmos up there doing it. Hammers for toes. not sure what that means. Cameron asking, what does such nonsense mean for Megatron? Oh, you mean his line was such heroic nonsense when he blasts Ironhide? I think that just means it's like, oh, typical Autobot fighting to the end, but you know the battle's lost. It's such nonsense. Just give up already. I think that's kind of what he was saying there. Lori Markley, think they should make a combiner with Bumblebee. Hey, Bryson Cool just subscribed. Thanks, man. You want a combiner with Bumblebee? Go check out the Robots in Disguise 2015 television show. That happened. That totally happened. Ultra Bee? Yeah, I think so. It was pretty cool in the show. They never made a good toy of it, though. They didn't do combiners very well in that show. The Warrior class figures from that show were actually pretty decent for the most part. But anything like with the combiners or whatever. Mike's Cool Gaming. Can I wait for the Bumblebee movie? Yeah, I can wait. No, I know what you're saying, man. No, I'm pretty excited about the Bumblebee movie. It looks interesting. I am not a Bay hater. Yeah. I will not argue with anybody who says that they dislike the Michael Bay movies, and if they hate it, I respect your opinion, and they usually have valid points. Me personally, is Transformers. And I like Transformers, and to be honest with you, you wouldn't be hearing me and watching me right now and talking to me if it wasn't for the Michael Bay movies. They were actually shooting Dark of the Moon, the third one. I mean, I had seen the first and the second ones because yeah, I was a closet Transformers fan. I didn't have any figures or anything like that. But when they were shooting the third one, they shot it out where I work, and I had the opportunity. At the end of one of the days, they were done shooting, and they had the opportunity to go and basically see Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. You can go take pictures or whatever, and I took some pictures, I took some video, and I just happened to be wearing an Autobot T-shirt that day. And you can actually see a video I took if you go look, a little ways back in my channel. I think I called it Autobots Roll Out. You can see that's a video I took of the Bumblebee and Optimus Prime truck leaving. After the photo shoot, and I went out that day, that night, before I even went home. I stopped by, I don't know, Target or Walmart, and I picked up an Optimus Prime and a Bumblebee movie toy. So I will never hate the Michael Bay movies. Yeah, they're totally not G1, but they're not meant to be G1. But yeah, I do enjoy them, although the last night was kind of terrible. But yeah, I'm interested. The Bumblebee movie looks good. Starscream looks really cool. Even those new Decepticons, what were they, Dropkick and Shatter or something like that? It'd be interesting to see. Apparently they're supposed to be sports cars, but people are seeing like airplane parts on them. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Are they going to be kind of like some kind of a combiner or something? I think we're done with Optimus Maximus. Yeah. So yeah, it would be pretty interesting. Are they coming out with a Megatron figure for the Bumblebee movie? That'd be interesting. Is he going to be in the Bumblebee movie? They might come out with a Megatron popsicle, because if that's truly a prequel, then Megatron is somewhere frozen in the Arctic, or he's frozen off in, if Sector 7 already got to him, which by that point I think they had. He's off over in the Hoover Dam, frozen. So yes, they could have a Megatron figure, but it'd be a Megatron popsicle. No articulation. He would just be like caked in ice or something. No, I don't know. Yeah, they probably, to be honest with you, though, they probably would come out with a Megatron figure, and they're almost certainly going to come out with an Optimus Prime figure, if for no other reason, just to keep the trademark active. Because if they don't put out, that's why you see so many Optimus Prime and so many Bumblebee and so many Megatron figures coming out, because if a certain amount of time passes without Hasbro using that name, somebody else could grab it. So yeah, they'll probably be there might be a Megatron figure. I don't know. They might be able to get by without it because they just brought out a Megatron Studio Series. Actually, you know, let me just flip over to that other camera because I did want to show you something real cool, real quick. This figure that you're gonna see, entirely inspired by this game. I totally passed on him, but this game made me get this guy. That's a Masterpiece Starsaber. I saw that he was available, and I went ahead and grabbed him. He's alright. He looks great. His joints, especially his elbows, are pretty bad. His hands don't really hold his weapons very securely. But he looks great. Looks just like the model in the game. Just found these guys tonight. You already saw this guy out back. And his wave mate Cindersaur. Yeah, that's right, Grand Gear Albatron. Victory, I think it was from. Okay, so I just got those guys. I got back from the store like not a whole lot of time before we had to get on for this. That's why I haven't opened these guys yet. Speaking of Megatron figures, Studio Series Megatron, I'm real excited to get this guy open. I'll tell you that. I saw some reviews of him, especially what is it, MGO? Yeah, I know we got a lot of MGO fans in here. So I saw him. He's looking really good, and I found his wave mate Brawl. I was surprised because I was at my Walmart just yesterday, and all they had was disappointment. Which is all they usually have, but I swear it's down to just like 2 rows of pegs, and there was like 4 figures. There was like almost nothing there. It was truly pathetic. And honestly, a lot of people blame Hasbro for the distribution, but no, it's really, I blame the stores. Because I mean, if you think about the case where, you know, that Overlord. How the discount stores like Ollie's or even like Ross or TJ Maxx or whatever other discount stores that you go to, the fact that they can get so many of those means that Hasbro made them. The retail stores just didn't buy them. So I blame the retail stores mostly. Now I did see something just today where Hasbro does take the blame a little bit, is how they pack their boxes, which I will give them that. It's like if you've got a wave of these 2 guys, Voyagers are usually shipped in a case of 4. There should be 2 of him, and there should be 2 of him. And there might be. I don't know what the particular case is or this. Or if you got these guys are usually shipped in a case of 8. There should be 4 of him, 4 of her. But there's not. Or there should be at least 2 and 2, and then maybe with some of the other ones. But that's what happens is they'll have a wave where there's 4 bots, or worse, they'll have one like wave 2 of the Power of the Primes Deluxes. There were 5 figures in that wave, which means you're going to get 2, 2, 2, and 1 and 1. So that kind of issue is Hasbro. But the fact that of none of them showing up on the shelves, that's on the stores. That's my that's basically my thoughts on that. And yeah, the Walmart by my house, shame. But yeah, can't wait to get these guys broke open. I'll tell you what, the Decepticons from these Studio series are totally not colorful at all. Brawl is the most colorful Decepticon from the Studio series because the others are all basically just this gray color. And then you got Brawl, who's green, but it's a very mean green, very muted camouflage green. They're not very flashy, the Decepticons, you know. So yeah, Grand Galvatron is a masterpiece. Deathsaurus, yeah, that's the hard one. I don't know if Deathsaurus has been made outside of G1. I know Repo Labels had some stickers that you could get to transform one of the Beast Hunters Transformers Prime figures into a Deathsaurus. I never got those stickers. Probably should have. They're free. All you had to do was give them the code off of the figure that you had, which I have it. But I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Cameron Moore, that's right. And palm in your face. For him go. Yep, that's right, Lori. That's exactly what I saw at Walmart. There was like nothing there. That's why I went to Target for some other reason. I don't even go searching for figures anymore. I just kind of, or it's very rare that I actually go off specifically looking for Transformers anymore. I just, when I happen to have a reason to be at one of those stores, I do stop by the aisle. But it's rare that I go specifically just to look. So, oh my goodness, look at that time. I think it's time to go ahead and hop off. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did manage to get I figured out how to get the game sounds working. So that's why we got this fantastic G1 cartoon soundtrack going on. So, all right, I think it's time to head out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me for so long, and for do a quick little recap. If you made it this far and you didn't hear what was happening in the event, it is an individual event, and up to 10,000, and lots of shards and energon and alloy and spark, and you get G1 celebration avatar at 10,000 points. And with that, I think it's time to hop off. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. Thanks for watching.